Folks, I don't think you get it. That was literally the bad ending, okay? UFC 320 just ended about 8 minutes ago, and Ankalaev lost via first round KO TKO. What an early stoppage. What an early stoppage. Alex Pereira threw an overhand right and landed over the top. Ankalaev paused for a second, went to shoot a takedown. Alex stuffed the takedown, took guard, and then just rammed down elbows and hammer fist, and the fight was stopped. Ankalaev was guarding himself, had his hand shielded, and he wasn't even close to going out. I understand he was getting his ass whooped, but he was protecting himself. This is literally the bad ending, though, okay? Light heavyweight is now, again, cleared. Yuri Prohaska has lost twice to Alex Pereira. Jamal Hill lost. Khalil Roundtree lost. Khalil's coming off of a loss. Jamal Hill coming off of a loss. The only prospect at 205 that Alex hasn't even seen yet is Carlos Ulberg, and you think Carlos is ready for Alex? Even if Alex lost this fight, I didn't think that Carlos Ulberg would be ready for this. I didn't. Now, I made a TikTok as soon as I saw this, and I said, look, give Yuri Alex Pereira and make Ankalaev fight Carlos Ulberg. But I've thought about it for a little bit. Give Yuri Ankalaev. Why don't we just give Yuri Ankalaev? Ankalaev was on Twitter talking about how Yuri's a fake samurai. We're going to get to Yuri's performance in a minute. By the way, performance of the night. Performance of the night goes to Yuri Prohaska. I don't care that Alex Pereira went out there and knocked out. Well, he touched Ankalaev, and Ankalaev shot a takedown and decided to not defend himself properly. Yuri Prohaska went out there like a real animal and finished his opponent out of consciousness. Khalil Roundtree was laying there, taking deep breaths, eyes rolled into the back of his head, defenseless. Ankalaev could have kept fighting. This is the bad ending. I thought that we were going to be seeing Alex Pereira go down and then move up to heavyweight to feed Tom Aspinall as a star. Who's going to fight Tom Aspinall now? I'm just like, this ruined I was playing like 4D chess, all right? And I was seeing the moves that could be made after Alex lost, and I'm like, okay, this is looking like that would be the best for the company. You know, Alex loses, goes up, has a huge, massive fight with the heavyweight champion who has been, kind of stagnant, not his fault. And, a star feeds another star, a star feeds another star, and another star, and another. That's just kind of how it works in this business. But Alex is back. He wanted to win this fight. He came out there with a vengeance. And I don't know if Ankalaev would have been able to stop it. He looked like, as soon as Ankalaev felt that overhand right, it looked like he never felt that kind of power before ever. I was on that Ankalaev train, but I was saying, look, Big An coming to dunk. I thought Ankalaev was gangster for pressing Alex Pereira when he was 5 deep at the gym. Oh, man, are we going to get a third fight between these two boys? Are we going to hold up the light heavyweight division even more? Well, make Yuri fight Carlos Ulberg, and there's really nothing going on. Make Yuri fight Carlos Ulberg and just rematch these guys again if we're not going to feed Alex to Tom. If we're not feeding Alex to Tom, rematch Ankalaev, okay, because Alex lost that first fight decisively, all right? We want to see, you guys are 1-1. You guys are 1-1. I have a little bit of cope, all right? Ankalaev, man, I thought you were going to be the most dominant Dagestani champion. I thought we were going to turn up. Oh, my God. So thankful Yuri Prohaska won. All of my parlays lost. Josh Emmett took us out, but this is seriously the bad ending, boys. I'm kind of hoping that they do the rematch. Let's see a third fight between these two, because I don't want to see Yuri versus Alex Pereira 3. I'm going to be, I don't. I love Yuri. Do I think Yuri has a chance in beating Alex? No. Yuri's right, bro. This kid uses black magic, and he's summoning things, and he's doing rituals in the back. Because this is just ridiculous. This is literally ridiculous. Where was this absolute power during the first fight? This was in the first exchange. I'm very confused on what's going on here. Literally, like this, Alex winning just threw me for an absolute fucking loop. Merab, on the other hand, Merab, on the other hand, went out there and did what we know what was going to happen, a straight domination. Everybody was saying Corey is the biggest test for Merab Dvalishvili, and I was saying, how? Umar ran through Corey Sandhagen. Merab ran through Umar Nurmagomedov. The MMA math is there. Can we use it, please? The MMA math is also there for Khalil Roundtree versus Yuri Prochazka, and you guys were accepting it there, but nobody was really accepting it for Merab versus Corey Sandhagen. But Corey Sandhagen had a competitive first round with Merab. I would say the first round was 1 to Corey Sandhagen, but then Merab just kind of went on a train of just thrashing takedowns, some suplexes, not as many emotes as I thought we would have seen from Merab Dvalishvili. He looked a little wobbled in there at moments. He didn't look as dialed in as he did against Umar. You could tell he didn't take the preparation for this camp as seriously as he did the Umar fight. I mean, Merab wasn't even sweating at the end of this fight. I was watching this and I was like, dude, you showed more intensity in your wrestling match against Raul Rojas Jr. on the Mighty Mouse channel. Like, can we be for real here? But what a good fight between Corey Sandhagen and Merab. No, Corey definitely put up a better fight than Sean O'Malley did. Like, absolutely. He definitely did. But he still went out there and got embarrassed. And Joe Rogan said something that I kind of find a little interesting. He's like, Merab, with another dominant performance like this, it's kind of hard to get excited to see a fight. Who's going to beat you? Who's going to beat you? And I thought Merab was going to call out Mario Batista. That's what I thought the vibes were going to be. I thought he was going to say Mario Batista's going to walk through Umar, give me Mario next. Instead, he calls out for Peter Yan. I get it. You're the champion. You want the easiest fights. I mean, I get it. But, brother, you 50-44'd Peter Yan in my book. 50-43, probably. But 50-44 in my book. Can we get a new matchup? A new matchup, please. All right? Can we get a Song Yadong if Song is coming off of a win? All right? Can we get a Mario Batista? That's kind of all you can add. The division is clear. You want to talk about a division being cleared? You guys want to look at 135. You want to talk about a division being cleared. He's lapping people at this point. But, oh, man. Look at that. Henry Cejudo, Sean O'Malley, Umar, Peter Yan, Corey Sandhagen, Jose, just absolutely unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Literally the 135-pound GOAT. He has a 14-fight winning streak. He is 2 fights away from tying Anderson Silva's record of 16 fights in a row. I think he does it. Who does he fight in the next 2 fights? Peter Yan and Mario Batista, if Mario gets through Umar, which I kind of hope he does. We're going to see Merab here for a long time, all right? It's going to be a little frustrating because, we would like to have some parity. I love Merab, but I could kind of understand why the fans are booing a little bit during, the third round, fourth round. Merab was just holding the back and just spamming leg trips and just letting Corey get up and just do... What an absolute troll, an absolute Chad of a person. Merab is just fucking... unstoppable, bro. Unstoppable, bro. Now, to the fight of the night, Yuri Prochazka, bro. What a fucking character. What, you know what? We're gonna pour up a shot just for the Yuri win, bro. My twin went out there and demolished Khalil Roundtree. Now, yeah, we're doing a half shot. I was drinking a lot tonight. Listen. It was scary. It was a wobbler seeing Yuri Prochazka fight Khalil Roundtree those first 2 rounds, all right? Yuri. Woo. Some bourbon. Yuri. It was terrifying seeing you fight Khalil those first 2 rounds, okay? You were slipping and sliding. Looked like your feet were wet and you were slip. I said I had a lot of drink tonight, boys. Slipping and sliding throughout the octagon. I was getting a little bit worried. I mean, you ate some big shots in the first round. The second round, you looked a little bit more dialed in, but it was still leaning Khalil. Khalil was up 2-0 going into that third, and I looked at my girlfriend and I said, Well, first of all, Yuri's walking out. My girlfriend goes, I think Yuri's going to lose. I look at her and I say, huh? You must not know Yuri. So we're watching the fight. First round goes. I'm like, oh, she fucking jinxed me, but I don't lose hope. Have you guys ever seen a Yuri fight? He could lose the first 2 rounds. It doesn't matter. He can still hit you with go rewatch the Dominic Reyes Yuri Prohaska fight. Go rewatch Glover. He loses some rounds to feel some pain so he could he's like literally an anime character. Yuri Prohaska is literally an anime character, bro. Yuri was eating some big shots from Khalil Roundtree. Comes back in the 3rd round, puts the pressure on him, mixes up with some body shots to confuse Khalil. He doesn't really know where to block, and he puts Khalil down flat. Destroys him. Arguably, Khalil looked worse damage-wise after he fought Yuri Prohaska than when he did Alex Pereira. All right? I am currently sweating from that shot and also from talking about Yuri Prohaska. Now, look. Yuri, that fight was fucking amazing. That was literally fight of the year. Absolutely fight of the year. I thought Diego Lopez versus Gene Silva was fight of the year. This was fight of the year. Bro was down 2-0. Went out there, demolished. Khalil looked like he got hit by a baseball bat, all right? And I thought the damage that we saw on Khalil after Alex Pereira was vicious. Arguably, no, I'm kind of thinking of it now, and the way Khalil had the X on his nose after Pereira and the blood on DC's phone. Alright, but it was still vicious. Khalil did not get knocked out by Pereira the way that Yuri Prohaska knocked out Khalil. The MMA math was right there for you guys. Look, Khalil and Yuri Prohaska both fought. Holy shit, I'm like missing words every two words. It's like getting a little ridiculous, but the common opponent that these two had was Jamal Hill. All right, Yuri Prohaska demolished Jamal Hill within 3 rounds. Khalil Roundtree needed 5 rounds and took him to a decision. Khalil Roundtree burnt himself out in the first 2 rounds, boys. If he decided to have a gas tank, Khalil Roundtree would be so fucking dangerous. All right, bro was getting gassed out in the 2nd round and then getting walked down by Yuri Prohaska. Like, I can't even be that upset, but this picture is just hilarious. After Yuri wins the fight, goes into the post-fight, and he literally says, I want an opponent who makes me feel like they can knock me out. This fight was easy, and I didn't feel like I was going to get knocked out. What the fuck? Yuri, you were down, brother, you were down 2 rounds. Yuri, you were not up on the score. You were down 2 whole rounds. What a savage, man. Well, like, I woke up my whole family. I screamed when Yuri won. What a highlight of my night. What a literal highlight of my night. What other pictures? A newborn baby was at UFC 320. For whatever reason, I thought this was... I mean, I'm a dad, so this is just like fucking degenerate behavior, but I thought this was pretty funny, eh? Not my family. I'm laughing at it, but this is just fucking degenerate behavior, bro. Go buy a babysitter. You paid like at least $1,000 for your ticket, bro. Go get a fucking babysitter. Despicable behavior. Literal despicable behavior. And Josh Emmett, you know what? We're let's go look at the Tapology. We talked. All right, yeah. Josh Emmett is right. Okay, so look, Josh Emmett, bro. You're a goblin. You look like a goblin. People call you a goblin. I myself am a goblin. E-Rock Super Goblin. We picked you to win this fight. You were a +3 whatever, training with TJ Dillashaw. You have massive knockout power. Everybody was saying you were going to knock bro out. Not me, though. I just thought you were going to win. I see through the facade with you, Josh Emmett. I thought you were just going to win. I don't understand where all of this... Ooh, Josh Emmett will put you down. Josh Emmett will take you out, right? In the past 5 years, Josh Emmett has 1 knockout win. In the past 5 years, Josh Emmett has 1 singular knockout victory. I thought he was going to beat Yusuf Zalal. Like, I was looking at Yusuf Zalal's resume, and I'm like, bro lost to some comp. John Woodson, you know, he's some competition. Ilya obviously is comp, but bro made it to decision. Both of these dudes fought Ilya Tuporia to a decision, so I was like, oh, this is gonna be a bloody battle of wills, you know what I mean? But Josh Emmett went out there and verbally submitted to like an armbar. Verbal submit? I understand you're 40, Josh Emmett, but you are still a professional fighter. Can we see some fucking dignity in the octagon? Verbal submit. Tell him to fucking break. Tell him to break the arm. Say, yo, break it. I'm not verbally tapping. What are we doing here? Do you understand how that makes you look? I was so confused on why the referee said, I'm like, this fight has 2 minutes left. Why are these guys standing up? And then the ref goes, no more. And I'm like, oh my God. That's it? Josh, an absolute terrible look for you. I would not be surprised if they cut you right now. You would do well in BK. Listen, go to BKFC. Josh Emmett, send your Flying Nemo ass. Who the fuck has a tattoo of Flying Nemo? Says the guy with the dragon tattoo. Go take your ass to fucking BKFC, bro. You are ridiculous. Like, seriously, Josh Emmett, fucking ridiculous. You need to be taken away from the company. You're on a 2-fight losing streak. You are 1-4 in your last 5. Kiss your fucking contract goodbye, buddy. Kiss your fucking contract bye-bye. Joe Pyfer went out there. He beat up Abus Nurmagomedov. I mean, not really much to say there. I'm what you would call a Joe Pyfer hater. All right, body bag Joe Pyfer, body cam off Joe Pyfer, hairline transplant Joe Pyfer. I don't like, bro. All right, number one, I don't like bald people. I feel like there is something genetically wrong with you. All right, your body decided to stop growing hair. Like, that is the odd thing to do. Number two, just kind of seems like an asshole overall, and bro also got fraud checked by Jack Hermanson. Okay, that's what's going on here. I did pick Joe Pyfer to win. I really didn't see a single way of victory for Abus Nurmagomedov, and sadly to say, Joe Pyfer went out there and sparked Abus Nurmagomedov, and what can we do about that? Abuda Gaudier, whatever, bro. The middleweight fucking prospect that we have never seen before came out there and starched Krishan Vines. Jesus Christ. Went out there and starched him in the first round. I mean, just give bro Paulo Costa. Can we just have the battle of the physiques? We just see a battle of the physiques. That's what I want to see going on, all right? Like, give Audemars Gaudier a top 10 opponent. Bro needs it. The UFC dropped a video on their YouTube channel titled The Scariest Fighter of All Time, and it was 30 minutes of Audemars Gaudier clips, all right? You guys are trying to promote him? Give him somebody in the top 10. Give him Paulo Costa. That's, like, literally the best matchup I can make up for you guys. Joe Sang-Yu versus Daniel Santos. This is one of the most fucking frustrating fights I've ever watched, period. Joe Sang-Yu emoted about 6 times in the first round. Absolutely dominated the first round. Literal emoting off of his back. Elbows, flashy kicks, nice jabs. All for him to come out in the second round and just get walked down. Bro got walked down in about 40 seconds from him leaving the stool and rendered unconscious. Daniel Santos goes on to win and say, hey, you see shoot the box against any fighter? You pick shoot box. Don't mess with the shoot box. And in my head, I'm like, bro, you were this close to getting put away in the first round. This close. And you got styled on and emoted on the whole time. But I get it. A win is a win. You can't be angry at the people who win. But you can be angry at the people who make you lose, though. Like, Joe Sang-Yu, what was that, bro? Like, bro Sang-Yu low-key predicted his own loss because he's sitting there on his back and he went like this, emoting, like pretending he's asleep. And then fast forward literally like 3 minutes later and bro is asleep on the octagon. Daniel Santos, I am so surprised you made it through Little Child Korean Zombie. Bro beat up 2 Koreans back to back. I think we need to stop giving Daniel Santos Korean fighters. All right, I think that is the best method of victory. And please, yeah, stop giving bro Korean fighters. That low key could be considered a hate crime. All right, Jacob Walls versus Patchy Mix, bro, was an experience. All right, Patchy Mix got robbed. I hate to say it, man, but Buddy got robbed. He went tooth and nail with a dude making his UFC debut, by the way, coming from KSW. Literally coming from KSW. There's clips of Patchy Mix saying he's going to knock out Sean O'Malley and he could beat up Merab. Brother, you're fighting life or death with unranked debut fighters. With unranked debut fighters, you're literally fighting life or death. The bubble that was on Patchy Mix's eye looked so painful. Every single time I saw Jacob try to throw a jab towards that, I was wincing. I was like, oh my goodness, what a vicious bubble on, bro. It was on his eyeball. Like, it was just like in a terrible placement. But Jacob Willox, my opinion, won the first, lost the second. Maybe I have it backwards. Won the first, lost the second, and the third went to Patchy Mix in my books. All right, but they gave my boy Jacob Willox the win, and honestly, I screamed. I was so happy. I'm such a hater, bro. I was so happy. Patchy Mix, you're out of here, bro. Before the UFC, bro was like 20-1. While in the UFC, bro was 0-2. That Mario Batista fight will never do you favors, man. That image that was portrayed to like just like any fan of yours will never leave their fucking mind. Like, that's such a stain on your resume, that one performance against Mario Batista. He's probably gonna get cut, boys. Patchy Mix might get cut after this. I mean, it was a close fight, but bro seriously might get cut. What a fucking shit show Patchy Mix's life has become from signing to the UFC. As Edmund Shabazian went out there and sparked Andre Muniz, I mean, a little bit more patient than I thought he was. I thought bro was just going to go out there and Alex Pereira him. I thought he was going to walk him down, but no, not really. The prelims for UFC 320 were so fucking mid. It's like not even funny. Austin Vanderford, you broke my heart. He needs to be cut from the UFC immediately. Old as fuck, okay? I saw jiggles where I should never see jiggles, and I saw wrinkles where I should never see wrinkles, all right? Austin Vanderford, please. Chris Gutierrez, man, that fight against Farad was absolutely amazing. What a test for Chris Gutierrez. I really thought bro was gonna walk through Farad. I thought Farad was a little bit of a hype job, but Farad makes it through, man. He has some solid wins over Damone Blackshear and Chris Gutierrez and Victor Hugo. Shout out to Victor Hugo, but Farad is making his way up through 135. I don't think there's really going to be any stopping, bro, until he hits, like, the top 7, you know, Song Yudong, Arnold Allen area, but bro's making his way up top. He's going to figure it out. Ramaz Rajad did good against Austin Vanderford. Again, Austin Vanderford just needs to be cut. Just seems old. In reality, how bad is Razmanov compared to how good Austin Vanderford is? Like, we really need to have a conversation about how bad bro is. And that will really show us how good Ramaz. I think Ramaz probably loses his next fight, to be honest with you. But UFC 320 is going to go down in the history books. What a fantastic card. Fantastic, emotional roller coaster of a card. All right, boys. I'll see you guys later. What an event. What an absolute event. I'm out of here.